world obsessed with speed, every second is a battle against the ticking clock. Welcome to a city where time is more than just gold. The citizens here move like cogs in a relentless machine, rushing towards a destination they never seem to reach, trapped in the cult of business. We often feel that the more we do, the further we get. But what if our constant motion is actually keeping us from our true destination? Meet Kael, a talented young watchmaker who works 16 hours a day. Despite his exhaustion, his creations remain ordinary, lacking the spark of true genius. His hands shake from fatigue. He's caught in the trap of doing more but achieving less, a cycle that consumes his spirit and his health. Another failure. The harder he tries to force the result, the more it slips through his fingers. And he is a prisoner of his own frantic pace. He wonders why some masters create masterpieces with ease, while he struggles just to finish a simple repair. He is missing the invisible key. High above the city stands the royal palace, housing treasures of time that Kael can only dream of. He yearns for greatness, but feels powerless. Driven by desperation, Kael decides to seek out the legendary Master Everard, a man rumored to have discovered the secret of the eternal rhythm. Deep within the labyrinth of the old city, Kael finds a place where the air feels different, where the frantic pulse of society finally slows down. This is the workshop of Everard. There are no hissing pipes or spinning gears here, only the soft whisper of leaves and the smell of cedar. As Kael steps inside, he feels an immediate sense of peace. The workshop is filled with clocks that don't tick. They seem to breathe softly. In the corner sits Everard. He isn't working or checking his tools. He is simply sitting in silence, like watching the play of light on the floor. Kael is confused. In his world, every minute not spent working is a minute wasted. He expects to see a flurry of activity and invention. "You look like a man who has been running for years without moving an inch," Everard says softly. His voice is like a deep, calm river. Kael pleads for the secret to his speed, his precision, and his fame. He wants the tools that will make him the best Tho Dong Ho. Everard doesn't hand him a hammer. Instead, he points to the chair and says, "The secret to everything you desire lies in what you don't do. Before I teach you how to build, I must teach you how to be still. For 1 hour, you will do nothing but sit here." In the noise of the world, only those who master silence can hear the heartbeat of genius. Everard begins to teach Kael the breath of time. This was Kael's first lesson, that the most powerful tool a creator possesses is not his hands, but a mind that is completely still. At first, Kael's mind is a storm. Thoughts of bills, deadlines, and failures scream for his attention. He finds the silence more painful than the noise. "Don't fight the thoughts," Everard whispers. "Let them pass like clouds. Focus only on the space between your breaths and the ticking of your heart." Slowly, the storm subsides. Kael begins to realize that his business was just a shield against the fear of his own true potential and purpose. This is the breath of time. It's a rhythm that aligns the human spirit with the frequency of creation. It's the foundation of deep, meaningful work. 1 hour of silence is not rest. It is a rigorous training of focus. When the mind is clear, the hands become instruments of the divine. Kael begins the practice every morning. Before the world can demand his energy, he spends 1 hour cultivating his own inner clarity and strength. In the silence, he sees things he never noticed before. The hidden flaws in his designs and the beautiful possibilities in the metal become clear. His work transforms, and he no longer rushes to finish. He flows through the process. Precision becomes second nature when the mind isn't fighting itself. He discovers that 1 hour of deep stillness produces more value than 10 hours of frantic work. He has tapped into the power of focus. The breath of time isn't just about making watches, it's about making a life. Kyle is no longer a slave to time. He is its master. His first masterpiece is born. It is small, but it carries a weight of perfection that draws the eye and calms the soul of anyone near. Everard watches his pupil with pride. The boy who was once a trembling cog has become a true artist. 1 hour of silence at a time. Consistency is the secret sauce. Day after day, the silence builds a reservoir of power that Kyle draws upon during his most difficult challenges. The outer world always reflects the inner state. As Kyle's mind becomes a temple of peace, his environment transforms into a place of high creation. Ready for the royal competition. But this time, he isn't competing with others. He is simply expressing the truth of his silence. The royal decree is announced. The city's best craftsmen gather. While others drink stimulants and work through the night, Kyle remains anchored in his stillness. The contrast is startling. One side is driven by fear and competition. The other is fueled by the quiet power of a focused soul. He is wasting his time sitting there doing nothing, they jeer. They don't realize that Kyle is building his masterpiece in his mind first. When Kyle finally begins to work, he doesn't hesitate. Every move is perfect. He completes in 1 hour what takes others an entire day. The noise of the workshop is deafening, but Kyle is in a bubble of silence. He is immune to the stress that ruins his competitors' work. The world will mock you when you slow down, but they don't know that to fly far, an arrow must first be pulled back in silence. He is the eye of the storm. As the deadline approaches, the chaos around him intensifies. But his internal peace only grows deeper and more resolute. He understands their pain because he was once one of them. He wishes he could share the secret, but silence must be experienced, not explained. His creation begins to take shape. It is not just a tool, it is a poem in metal, a reflection of the cosmic order he found. Rest is his final weapon. Because he worked with focus, he can sleep with peace, knowing his work is already complete in its essence. The day of destiny arrives. Kyle carries not just a clock, but the fruit of 1,000 hours of silence into the heart of the kingdom. The atmosphere is electric. The king sits on his throne, surrounded by the greatest minds of the land, waiting to see the future of time. The first clocks are impressive but chaotic. They represent the business of the city complex, noisy, and ultimately prone to breaking under their own pressure. They have focused on the outward appearance, the bells and whistles, but they neglected the internal harmony that makes a machine truly live and last. When Kyle enters, the air seems to settle. His presence alone brings a sense of calm that contrasts sharply with the frantic energy of the day. He reveals his creation, the celestial breath. It doesn't look like any clock the world has ever seen. It is simple, elegant, and deeply profound. There is no ticking sound. Instead, it emits a low, resonant frequency that makes everyone in the room feel a deep sense of peace. It tracks the movement of the heavens with a precision that defies explanation. It is a bridge between the human soul and the infinite universe. The king is speechless. He has seen the world's most expensive treasures, but he has never seen something that feels so alive and so eternal. Silence has crystallized into perfection. Kyle's work cannot be copied because it was created from a state of mind that the hurried can never reach. In that moment, Kyle's fate is forever changed. The man who was once a struggling, tired laborer is now the guardian of the nation's time. He didn't win because he worked harder. He won because he worked deeper. He found the power that exists only in the heart of stillness. The success of Kyle is not a miracle. It is the result of the compound effect. 1 hour of silence multiplied by 1,000 days of practice. If you spend 1 hour every day working on yourself instead of just for the world, you create an unshakable foundation for an extraordinary life. Years pass, and Kyle's influence grows. He becomes more than a watchmaker. He becomes a philosopher of time, teaching the world to slow down. And every hour you dedicate to your inner peace is an investment that pays dividends in clarity, creativity, and a destiny you actually choose for yourself. Most people live in the ripples of the surface, but the real power is in the depths. Silence is the gateway to those hidden treasures. Your time is your most precious resource. How much of it do you spend on the noise, and how much do you save for your soul? Your destiny does not depend on how fast you run, but on whether you are still enough to see the right path. It's time to stop. The breath of time is available to you right here and now. It only takes 1 hour. 1 hour of silence to reclaim your life's direction. Will you start tomorrow? Will you choose the stillness over the chaos? Your masterpiece is waiting to be discovered in the quiet of your mind. Join us on this journey of transformation. Subscribe to master the breath of time and build a destiny that reflects your true, silent genius. Thank you for watching. Remember, the most important work you will ever do, it is the work you do in total silence. Peace be with you.